This is lesson 13. It's how basically to correct your painting the best you can in watercolor. Now, you can see I started this. What I'm going to do is wash off some of the watercolor because I decided I didn't like the way I had drawn it, because what it does, if this is going to be a cliff face, it makes the lighthouse look like gigantic. Sort of disproportional what you would think a lighthouse would be on the edge of a cliff. So I decided I want to just kind of slant it down a little longer and just kind of, change the proportions so it doesn't look so odd. So people tend to think that watercolor is, like stuck. You do it and you mess it up. That's it. Let's go on and let's do another one. But not necessarily. Okay, if you have started out light, which you should generally always at first until you get real control of your colors, you can make correction. Now, if you go too dark, it's going to be more difficult because you can only wash out so much paint. So what I've done with this is I've taken, all right, hold on one second. I'm washing out this magic eraser, kind of getting it wet. All right. I'm still kind of soaked, not maybe so it's not dripping all over the place. And I'm also doing this, which is kind of new. I'm taking a clean brush with water, and then I'm kind of wetting this area. It's already wet a little bit. I dried it off because I realized I wasn't taping it to show you what I was doing. So I kind of wet it and get it kind of started. And down this way. And then I need right here. Okay, you need some tissue paper with this. So then I take it and wash it out again because I got paint on it. It's been happening here. Ridiculous. Okay. All right. So I take the magic eraser and I kind of, it's hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to get better at this. I sort of rub the painting. Now you don't scrub it really. I'm not putting a lot of force on it, because if you do, you're gonna injure the paper, and after that, it's gonna be very difficult to paint on. So you don't want to scrub it. You can only do so much at first. So, all right. So this still shows some here. So right up here, what I'm gonna do is probably hold up right here. All right. Now I could probably work with that, but I'm going to probably let it dry. And I didn't scrub it hard. The paper doesn't look like it's been damaged. So I could probably come over that. I'll kind of wait and see, because dark, this is very, very light. So any kind of darker color is going to pretty much go over that really easy. So, but I might come back when it's completely dry and try to get a little more out. But again, I'm not going to go after it hard now because I'm going to injure the paper. And what happens when you do that is that every time you paint on that injured paper, the pigment soaks into it. So each time it gets darker, actually, and it's almost unmatched. You just will throw it away almost when that starts happening in a larger area like this. And I've burned quite a few watercolors by doing that. Hopefully I learned enough not to have done it again. I don't think I did. So I'm going to let that dry up. And this is a correction I talked about. I took the painting, I kind of slanted it down kind of longer. That way, I can do more with this. Kind of like put, sort of medium-sized watercolor on the edge of a sloping, a beach or rocky area down to the water. So hopefully you caught it before this point, but as you can see, it doesn't really matter that much, and you might learn a little bit with just trying to correct some of the painting where you actually did paint it. But the only reason I can do this is I picked it up before I went really dark. All right, so I'm gonna kind of get things situated and move on from here.